Imagine eating something almost every week, sometimes every single day, believing it's giving you strength, protein, and energy. But in reality, it's quietly draining your health, stealing your vitality, and even cutting years off your life. That something is sitting right there on your dinner plate: broiler chicken. For millions of people, especially in the United States, chicken is the healthy choice. It's lean, it's affordable, it's everywhere. Whether it's a fast food sandwich, a grilled chicken salad, or your go-to weeknight dinner. But here's the shocking truth: the chicken most of us eat today is nothing like the chicken our grandparents ate. And that difference may be one of the reasons so many of us are tired, sluggish, and facing health problems way too early in life. Let's take a step back. A naturally raised chicken, grown on a farm the traditional way, takes about 5 months to reach full maturity before it's ready to be eaten. That's nature's timeline. Now, compare that to the modern broiler chicken, fully grown and ready in just 40 to 45 days. Think about that. How can a tiny chick grow into a large, heavy bird in barely 6 weeks? That kind of rapid growth doesn't happen without help. And by help, I mean industrial farming methods, special breeding, high-calorie feeds, and, in many cases, chemical-based additives designed to push rapid muscle growth. Broiler chickens are bred to grow unnaturally fast. They're fed calorie-dense grains, synthetic supplements, and sometimes even chemical compounds that accelerate weight gain. Their bodies get big, faster than their bones and organs can naturally support. It's stressful for the bird, and bad news for the person who eats it. Because when you consume that meat, you're also taking in the byproducts of this rushed, unnatural growth, residual chemicals, altered fat composition, and proteins your body was never designed to process. You might be wondering, but I've eaten chicken my whole life. What's the big deal? The big deal is, the chicken you're eating now is not the chicken you grew up with. A few decades ago, chickens were raised slowly, on natural feed, with space to move around. They had a balanced nutrient profile, better protein, healthier fats, and more vitamins. Today's broiler chicken is lower in nutrients, higher in unhealthy fats, and contains less of the good omega-3 fatty acids, and more of the inflammatory omega-6. That means you're not just missing out on the benefits you think you're getting, you're also putting things into your body that can harm you in the long run. Researchers and nutrition experts agree, the food you eat shapes everything about your health. If your diet is filled with unnatural, chemically altered protein sources, it's going to show up sooner or later. Weak immunity, chronic inflammation, digestive issues, hormonal imbalance, even faster aging. Look at our parents and grandparents. Many of them lived well into their 80s, often working hard, staying active, and maintaining good health. They ate real food, seasonal vegetables, naturally raised meats, and fresh fruits. They didn't live on processed snacks or fast food. Today, even people in their 40s feel older than they should. Tired all the time. Slower to recover. More prone to aches, pains, and illnesses. The biggest difference? Our diet. There's a saying, you are what you eat. And it's true, down to the cellular level. Every part of your body is built from the food you put in your mouth. If your main source of protein comes from a bird raised unnaturally fast, pumped up in 45 days, and fed a chemical-heavy diet, your body will reflect that, over time. If you're over 40, this is the moment to take control. This is when you decide whether the next decades will be strong, healthy, and active, or filled with doctor's visits, medication, and lost energy. Switching from broiler chicken to real, high-quality protein sources isn't just about avoiding disease, it's about waking up with more energy, moving without pain, and feeling like yourself again. So, before your next meal, ask yourself, What am I really putting into my body? Is it helping me live longer and stronger, or is it quietly pushing me toward the slow decline so many people think is just aging? The choice is yours, and it starts right now. If you knew that every bite of chicken you took was quietly programming your body for illness, would you still take that bite? It sounds extreme, but that's exactly what the science is telling us about modern broiler chicken. The damage isn't instant, it's slow, silent, and it builds up over time. One day, it shows up as constant fatigue, stubborn joint pain, or a diagnosis you never expected. To really understand the risk, you need to know how broiler chickens are raised today. These birds aren't just regular chickens. They're selectively bred to grow unnaturally fast, with oversized breasts and thighs, in record time. They're fed high-calorie grain mixes, often made from genetically modified corn and soy, boosted with synthetic vitamins and minerals, and sometimes chemical growth promoters. Farmers even control the lighting, so the chickens stay awake longer, and eat more than they naturally would. And in overcrowded barns, with little movement and poor air quality, these birds never get the chance to develop naturally. When you eat that chicken, you're not just eating meat, you're eating the result of that process. You're taking in a fat composition that's tilted toward inflammation. You're consuming protein that's been altered in a way that makes it harder to digest, and less nutrient-rich. You're also risking exposure to trace chemical residues from the feed, or processing stage. Over time, your body reacts. The imbalance between omega-6 and omega-3 fatty acids in broiler chicken sparks low-grade chronic inflammation throughout your system. Your joints ache. Your blood vessels stiffen. Your risk for heart disease increases. The altered protein and chemical traces irritate your gut lining, leaving you bloated, uncomfortable, and unable to absorb nutrients as well as before. Your immune system weakens, because it isn't getting the high-quality protein it needs to build strong defenses. And while direct hormone injections in poultry are banned in the U.S., the unnatural growth process can still disrupt your body's hormonal signals, affecting your weight, your metabolism, and even your mood. This is why so many people feel like they're just getting older, when really, their diet is speeding up the aging process. Chronic inflammation, poor digestion, weaker immunity, it all shows up earlier than it should. And if you're over 40, the risk is even higher. Your body is already losing muscle faster, and your metabolism is slowing down. If your main protein source is low-quality broiler chicken, you're losing muscle more quickly, storing more fat, and feeding the inflammation that makes everything harder. In America, chicken has been marketed for decades as the lean, healthy alternative to red meat. That reputation means people often eat it more than beef or pork, sometimes every single day. But if that chicken is almost always broiler chicken, you're getting a daily dose of the very things that are wearing you down. Combine that with processed foods, sugary drinks, and low vegetable intake, and you have the perfect storm for the health crisis we're facing today. Rising diabetes, heart disease, obesity, and chronic fatigue becoming normal. Some people might say, but broiler chicken is cheap and easy, how bad can it be? The truth is, convenience always comes with a cost. The money you save at the grocery store often comes back as medical bills, lost productivity, and a lower quality of life. It's like taking out a high-interest loan from your health. You get a quick payoff now, but you'll pay it back with interest later. The shift you need to make isn't just about cutting out broiler chicken, it's about replacing it with real, nutrient-dense foods that work with your body, not against it. When you start eating pasture-raised meats, wild-caught fish, and plant-based proteins, you're not just avoiding harm, you're building a stronger, healthier, more resilient version of yourself. And once you make that change, you'll feel it. More energy. Better focus. Fewer aches. A body that's working for you, instead of fighting against you. This isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. Picture this for a moment: your plate is full. But instead of chemicals, rushed growth, and factory farming, every bite is pure, nourishing. Alive with the kind of nutrients your body knows how to use. That's the power of making the right food choices. When you step away from broiler chicken and move toward natural, whole foods, you're not just avoiding harm, you're building a stronger foundation for your health, your energy, and your future. If you truly love chicken, you don't have to give it up completely. Just choose pasture-raised or free-range birds, chickens that grow at their natural pace, that eat grass, bugs, and grains the way nature intended. Their meat is richer in nutrients, healthier in fats, and tastes better too. And chicken isn't your only option. Grass-fed beef, with its high protein, rich iron content, and natural CLA, can help reduce inflammation and support muscle health. Wild-caught fish, like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, bring omega-3 fatty acids that protect your heart and sharpen your mind. Lamb and goat from open pastures are naturally lean, easy to digest, and packed with minerals that boost your immunity. But it's not all about meat. Lentils, beans, chickpeas, quinoa, nuts, and seeds can give you the protein and energy you need, without any of the risks that come with broiler chicken. They're affordable, versatile, and work beautifully in soups, salads, stews, or even as snacks. Your plate should also be full of seasonal vegetables, fresh, local produce at its peak, bursting with flavor and nutrients. Think spinach and asparagus in the spring, tomatoes and zucchini in the summer, sweet potatoes and Brussels sprouts in the fall, and carrots and cabbage in the winter. Pair them with seasonal fruits, strawberries, blueberries, peaches, apples, or citrus, and you're feeding your body exactly what it needs to thrive. Don't forget healthy fats. Avocados, extra virgin olive oil, coconut oil, walnuts, these aren't cheat foods, they're essential for brain function, hormone balance, and sustained energy. To make it simple, imagine this week's meals without broiler chicken. You could start your morning with oatmeal, chia seeds, blueberries, and almonds. For lunch, a quinoa salad with roasted vegetables and chickpeas. Dinner could be grass-fed beef stir-fry with fresh broccoli and colorful bell peppers. Swap in wild-caught fish, pasture-raised chicken, or lentil stews on different days, and you've got a week's worth of variety, without touching a single piece of broiler chicken. Worried about the cost? There are ways to make this affordable. Buy in bulk, and freeze what you don't use. Visit farmers markets for fresher, often cheaper produce. Rely more on plant proteins, like lentils and beans. They're filling, healthy, and budget-friendly. Cook in batches, so you save time and waste less food. And mix smaller portions of quality meat with plant proteins, to stretch your budget, while still eating well. Switching away from broiler chicken doesn't mean sacrificing flavor, protein, or convenience. It means choosing foods that work with your body, instead of against it. And here's the beauty, you'll start to feel the difference within weeks. More energy. Less joint pain. Better digestion. A lighter mood. Even healthier skin and hair. Start small. Replace just one broiler chicken meal this week with a pasture-raised chicken dish, a wild fish dinner, or a hearty plant-based recipe. Notice how your body feels. This is how change begins, one plate at a time. Let me ask you something, straight from the heart. What's the point of having a big house, a fancy car, a successful career, if you don't have the health to enjoy it? You can have money in the bank, but if you're spending it on prescriptions and doctor visits, is that really living? No, my friend. That's surviving. And life is too short to just survive. I've seen it happen over and over again. People wait until a health crisis knocks them down before they start paying attention. They wait for the heart attack. They wait for the diabetes diagnosis. They wait until climbing a simple flight of stairs leaves them gasping for air. And by then, it's not too late, but it's a lot harder. So I'm telling you, right here, right now, your health is your greatest wealth. Without it, nothing else matters. With it, everything gets better. Your relationships, your work, your energy, your confidence, it all starts with the body you wake up in every single morning. Now, I'm not here just to scare you. I'm here to show you that your best years are still ahead of you. But only if you make the choice today to fuel your body the right way. We've talked about the hidden dangers of broiler chicken, the slow damage it does, and why you need to break free from it. Now, let's talk about what to put on your plate instead. Here's a health-first eating plan that works for real people with busy lives, especially if you're over 40 and want more energy, less pain, and better long-term health. Step 1. Prioritize clean protein. Instead of broiler chicken, choose pasture-raised chicken from local farms or organic sources. Better yet, add in wild-caught fish, like salmon, sardines, and trout. They're packed with omega-3s that fight inflammation. Grass-fed beef, pasture-raised eggs, and plant-based proteins like lentils, chickpeas, and quinoa are also excellent. These give your body the building blocks to repair, recover, and stay strong. Step 2. Eat more colors. I'm talking about fruits and vegetables, deep greens, bright reds, vibrant oranges, rich purples. Spinach, kale, broccoli, carrots, berries, bell peppers. These aren't just pretty on your plate, they're nature's medicine cabinet, filled with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that repair cell damage and keep your immune system sharp. Step 3. Healthy fats are your friend. Avocados, walnuts, almonds, chia seeds, flax seeds, and extra virgin olive oil. These fats feed your brain, protect your heart, and keep your joints moving smoothly. Don't fear fat, fear processed junk. Step 4. Hydrate like it's your job. Most people walk around dehydrated and wonder why they feel tired, cranky, and foggy. Aim for at least half your body weight in ounces of water daily. Add lemon for vitamin C and a refreshing twist. Step 5. Limit the killers. Cut back on sugary drinks, refined carbs, deep-fried foods, and heavily processed snacks. These aren't just empty calories, they're inflammation bombs. If it comes in a box with 20 ingredients you can't pronounce, it's not food, it's a science. Experiment. Now listen. I know changing habits isn't easy. You've been eating a certain way for decades, and it feels normal. But normal isn't working. Normal is what's making people sick, tired, and weak before their time. Here's the truth: small changes add up fast. Start with one healthy swap a week. Replace one broiler chicken meal with wild-caught salmon. Trade soda for sparkling water. Add a handful of spinach to your breakfast omelet. Do this consistently, and in a few months, you'll look in the mirror and barely recognize the stronger, more energized person staring back at you. Now, let's talk about something deeper. Because health isn't just about food, it's about the life you want to live. When you take care of your health, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. Imagine waking up without pain. Imagine having the stamina to travel, to play with your grandkids, to take on new adventures without thinking twice. Imagine being in your 60s, 70s, or even 80s, and still feeling like you're in your prime. That's not a dream, it's a decision. And here's the most important part. You have to value your health above all else. I've spoken to people who would never let their car go without maintenance, but they've ignored their body for decades. You can replace a car. You can replace a phone. You can even replace a house. But you only get one body. And when it's gone, it's gone. So I want you to make a promise. To yourself, to your family, to the people who love you. Promise that you won't take your health for granted. Promise that you'll treat it like the priceless gift it is. Because here's the reality: if you have health, you have everything. Without it, nothing else matters. Think about it: the vacation you've been dreaming of, the hobbies you want to start, the memories you want to make. They all depend on whether you have the energy, the mobility, and the vitality to do them. Money can buy comfort, but it can't buy health. Status can impress people, but it can't make you live longer. And all the success in the world means nothing if you're too sick or too tired to enjoy it. Every meal you eat is a vote for the life you want to live. Every walk you take, every glass of water you drink, every night of good sleep. It's all an investment. And the best time to start is right now. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. Because I promise you, there's nothing more heartbreaking than looking back and realizing you traded your health for temporary convenience. You only get one shot at this life. Make it count. So here's your challenge: for the next 30 days, choose health over habit. Say no to the easy, processed, unhealthy choice, and say yes to the real, whole, nourishing choice. Your body will thank you. Your mind will thank you. Your future self will thank you. Remember, health is not a destination. It's a daily decision. And when you make that decision consistently, day after day, you unlock a life that's fuller, brighter, and more powerful than you ever thought possible. You are worth the effort. Your health is worth the effort. And the life you want is waiting for you on the other side of that decision. Now, go live it. If what I shared with you today brought you any value, do me a quick favor. Tap that like button. Hit subscribe. And share this video with your friends and family. And hey, I'd really love to hear from you. So drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback truly means the world to me. And it keeps me motivated to keep bringing you more health tips that can make a real difference in your life. Thanks so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Stay healthy. Stay strong.